Welcome to MLG Weekly. On this week's show, we'll be covering all the exciting action from the MLG Winter Arena. This exclusive event featured the best players from Asia, Europe, and North America fighting for $26,000 in prize money at the MLG Studios in New York City.
MLG Pro Circuit featuring StarCraft 2. We have got an amazing amount of talent. One of the hardest fields, some of the best talent, and a huge prize pool.
Oh my God, so many Banelings just rolling right in. Those Mutas sizes are pretty equal here.
Sick bungle here.
Look at how many Colossi coming in. It's like War of the Worlds in here.
GG.
We have seen StarCraft 2 grow into a phenomenal event. This is history in the making. What better city to be, I think.
Drop absolutely over there. Comes the Seeker missile. Destroy a ton.
Storm's going down. The mothership falling down. Has Grubby secured his spot up against Red to see who's going to get top 8.
Countdown has started. There's no pretty match now.
In the weeks prior to the arena, MLG ran a series of online qualifiers in North America, Korea, and Europe. The top 8 players from each region and the top 8 players from the 2011 MLG National Championship earned all-expense-paid trips to compete in New York City for cash prizes in one of the most stacked StarCraft 2 brackets of all time. The field of competitors featured 3 GSL champions, 4 past MLG winners, and the victors of many other smaller tournaments. Among those representing North America were Drewby, Chef, and Teamy G's DeMuslim. As a last-minute addition to the bracket, DeMuslim earned his spot when Artis was unable to make it to the event. In 2011, DeMuslim overcame an elbow injury, and although he fielded a strong finish at MLG Raleigh, he is one of the many North American players hoping to earn their first tournament victory. The winners of the European qualifier fielded even more impressive StarCraft resumes. Among those representing the Old World were Korean Transplant Violet, the Warcraft 3 legend Grubby, and Team Liquid's Red. Red has been a powerful force in StarCraft since the days of Brood War. He was also among those in the hunt for his first MLG victory. Finally, the pool of players coming out of the Korean qualifier featured some of the best talent in the world. Among them were 3-time GSL champion Nest T, the perennial runner-up Marine King, and the winner of MLG Anaheim MVP. As one of the most legendary StarCraft 2 players of all time, it was no surprise that Nesty had won the Korean qualifier. At his first Western tournament in MLG Providence, Nesty placed 12th in the National Championships. Going into the arena, he hoped to redeem himself from what was a mediocre performance for a player of his caliber. All of these players would be thrown into a bracket with the top 8 players from the 2011 MLG Providence National Championships. This Elite 8 was made up of the MLG National Champion Leenock, the MLG Global Invitational winner Naniwa, and the only player to have won 2 MLG events, EG's Huck. The start of the tournament signaled that no matter what seed you had or what past trophy you collected, no one was going to get a free ride into the later rounds. The first of the many upsets came in the matchup between DeMuslim and Nest T. In Game 1, DeMuslim's constant Marine drops were just too much for Nesty to handle, forcing the Korean Zerg to GG.
Something that he's going to have to deal with. Could lose that one while we have another drop up here at this third as well. Queen looks like she's going to dive in.
Oh no!
The Brood
He's gonna be able to take out the Brood Lord.
2, he's going to oh my God, they all die right there. All the Corruptors are on.
Good game!
DeMuslim takes it. Unbelievable.
During Game 2, Nesty's numerous bases gave him an easy victory over the struggling economy of his Terran opponent.
Dropping, it won't even matter. GG.
Finally, in their third and final duel, the Muslim switch to the mech unit composition paid off, and with the sheer power of his army, he was able to upset his heavily favored opponent and advance to winner's bracket round 2.
Go back to the fight. He's losing so much stuff here. The Infestors coming forward to drop some buckles onto those Vikings. They are still winning, though. The Muslim is pushing Nest T back, and I think he might be able to take this series, Wheat.
Yes, there's no more Corruptors out. There's only Brood Lords. The Brood Lords are doing incredible amount
Good job, he does it!
GG!
He takes out Nesty with the upset.
After defeating Nesty, DeMuslim matched up against another player coming out of the Korean qualifier, the Protoss Oz. In Game 1, DeMuslim continued to impress everyone with his incredible Marine Micro. After losing confrontation after confrontation, Oz had no choice but to concede the first game to his Terran opponent.
I do believe that this is going to be GG. He should be able to just tear his way up to the top of the ramp. And, yeah, I mean, that's just it. He's dead. GG.
Wow.
Damn.
We
DeMuslim
are
is
watching.
good.
However, Game 2 would be sung to a different tune. DeMuslim went all in with an SCV Marine and Marauder rush, which Oz was barely able to hold off. When the Protoss retaliated with a much larger force, DeMuslim GG'd and the series was tied at 1 apiece.
And I don't know if the Protoss get down there in time. It's almost gone.
I think he's going to save it, though. A lot of units here for Oz. And DeMuslim's army looks like it is in shambles.
In Game 3, Oz was able to repel an early attack by DeMuslim with excellent force fields. Then in the final confrontation of the series, Oz fought off DeMuslim's attack on his natural expansion, ending the Terran's run in the winner's bracket.
Another Colossus.
There's DTs in here, though.
DeMuslim almost doing it, but GG.
Oh, my God.
Another major upset came from the series played between Rhett and MVP. Having won several GSL tournaments and the trophy at MLG Anaheim, MVP entered this match as the clear favorite. However, by Game 3, it became evident that the two opponents were much more closely matched than anyone had anticipated. Rhett continuously besieged his opponent's base with a horde of mutas and zerglings, and when it was all said and done, the Korean was forced to GG, allowing Rhett to move on in the bracket.
He do. It looks like he's actually going to kill all the Broodlords, but the Broodlords have done their job. There's no production. I mean,
yeah,
there's nothing.
Look at the mini-map. You have a huge group of Lings on the way, which should help be able to kill off the Vikings/Marines. Yeah, there goes the round. Yep, there goes the GG from MVP.
The last of the early round upsets came from the battle between Marine King Prime and Naniwa. As the runner-up at the National Championships and the winner of the Global Invitational, Naniwa went into the MLG Winter Arena with the 2nd seed. His opponent, on the other hand, never managed to place higher than 5th at a past MLG. While many considered him skilled, this was expected to be an easy victory for the Swedish Protoss. But in a surprising turn of events, Naniwa quickly dropped his first game to the Korean opponent. In their second game, Naniwa's early investment in Dark Templars left him with inadequate defenses at home, which allowed Marine King to storm his base and advance to the next round of the winner's bracket.
Marine King is like, okay, I'm gonna go attack you now. I know DT is a big investment. He's moving his army across the map. He also saw the army with Factory. It's a big investment. Protoss, he's not gonna have Colossus yet. He's not gonna have, probably not Charge yet, not a lot of Forge upgrades, and this attack will hurt. He needs to warp in defensive DTs, for sure.
And unfortunately, he just warps in a bunch of Zealots. He definitely had the gas to do so. Don't see any more DTs coming from the proxy pylons. He'll mix this army up just a little bit here, but everything is going down. Great pickup, and everything will fall for the Protoss. This Nexus is going to go down, and GG
Naniwa not happy.
Now in the losers bracket, Naniwa matched up against Nesty. The two had previously met in the finals of the MLG Global Invitational, where Naniwa defeated Nesty in front of a crowd of thousands. When Nesty snuck a small army into Naniwa's base, Game 1 quickly dipped in the Zerg's favor. With almost no units available to defend, the Swede quickly GG'd. During Game 2, Naniwa demonstrated his amazing micro by repeatedly using force fields to repel Nesty's units. After holding off Nesty's roach push, Naniwa was rewarded with the GG that forced a deciding Game 3.
Better than Naniwa's.
That is for
And
sure
that will be
GG.
In the final game, Naniwa went with a risky strategy of building 2 proxy gateways. His early Zealot rush was too much for the unprepared Nesty, ending the series in Naniwa's favor.
GG.
Naniwa just took down Nesty, and look at that smile. He is happy.
Wow. You can see well, no, that was a good series.
The players shook hands, and Naniwa moved on to face Leenock. For Naniwa, Leenock was another familiar opponent. The two had previously met in the finals of the MLG National Championships, where Leenock had walked away with the trophy, and Naniwa with a thirst for vengeance. Now at the arena, the Swede had the perfect opportunity to prove on this day he was the better player. However, Leenock was able to quickly take Game 1 with a Roach Ling rush that Naniwa simply had no way of defending.
And that's it, GG.
Game 2 was a different story. Naniwa's excellent use of force fields and mass stalker strategy forced Leenock to GG.
Or do come up and
GG.
In the deciding Game 3, Naniwa was able to gain the upper hand by destroying Leenock's natural expansion. The Swede was able to ride this advantage all the way to the final confrontation in Leenock's third base. There he defeated Leenock's army for the final time, earned his revenge, and advanced to face his next Zerg opponent, DRG.
he stops all the banelings. The infestors didn't work, and GG Naniwa 2-1 over Leenock.
Like Naniwa, DRG got this far in the tournament by dropping an early series to Parting and then fighting through an army of strong opponents. The Zerg stormed through the losers bracket, knocking out Sase, STC, and Ret in 3 flawless victories to earn the match with Naniwa. In the first game, Naniwa was able to grab the early advantage by taking down DRG's third, but was unable to capitalize and ultimately lost the game. In their second game, DRG 6-pulled and then struck the killing blow by sneaking up even more Zerglings into his opponent's base.
I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do anything.
This would be the end of the road for Naniwa, who went home with a 7th place finish. After triumphing over Naniwa, DRG moved on to face Parting once again. Having met earlier in the bracket, Parting entered the rematch with a 2-1 lead in the series. DRG quickly closed the gap, taking 2 games and only dropping 1, extending the series to a decisive Game 7. In their epic final game, DRG held off attack after attack and eventually was able to strike back by taking down Parting's 4th base. With less pressure from his enemy, DRG maxed out his swarm and overran Parting's bases to seal the win.
GG! DRG brings it back in the extended series.
In his next series, DRG faced another Korean Protoss, Oz. Oz quickly took the lead in the series by cannon rushing DRG's natural and then preventing the Zerg from taking his crucial 3rd base.
Yeah, this is actually really hard for DRG to do anything about. He is almost guaranteed to lose that natural.
Unable to recover, DRG GG.
But that is going to be a very quick Game 1.
Game 2 turned into a base race with both players fighting a war of attrition, trying to destroy all of their opponent's structures. DRG ultimately won the race and forced a 3rd game.
Oz is defeated.
In their final matchup, DRG's 4 bases were producing just too many units for Oz to handle.
Good game. DRG has done it.
With this victory, DRG advanced to the losers bracket finals to wait for one of the 2 players still duking it out in the winners bracket. The winners bracket finals came down to a match between Huck and Marine King. Both players defeated a slew of tough opponents to earn their spots in the series. On his way there, Huck triumphed over Minigun, Sock, Ret, and Oz, and Marine King had overcome Losira, Naniwa, Violet, and Parting to earn his shot at the title.
I don't think of him as any different than other Koreans. His skill level is already same level as the Korean players, and I thought he wasn't having a slump, but when I saw him beating all these players and went to a winners round final, it's like, wow, Hawk in a foreign tournament, he's a god.
During Game 1, Huck found initial success by sneaking several DTs into his opponent's mineral line, but Marine King scored a crucial counterattack by taking down Huck's Nexus and eventually his entire production line.
Huck miscalculating where the army of Marine King really would be and taking damage before they're even finished merging, and here we go. This is going to be a huge army, but Huck has not engaged just yet. Now finally doing it, as where are the force fields? I think all the sentries getting EMP'd there. Okay, they're the force fields, and the Zealots are getting really destroyed. They cannot engage. I think Marine King is going to win this fight.
Yep, a big bio army stays alive here. More Zealots being warped in. After 24 of them got wiped out, there are a few Stalkers remaining, and he's going to pick up and go right to for the great blink. Great blink. One of the medevacs does go down, but I do not believe it had any units inside it. Now he's going to go back for that Nexus.
And it's got 500 remaining HP. It is easily going to fall, and 20 minutes later, basically, the Nexus finally falling there in the main.
In the final confrontation, Huck's forces proved insufficient to secure victory, and Marine King walked away with the first win of the series.
The shields go down, and we'll see the Vikings landed as well. The probes coming in for an attack, but even if we saw everything eliminated here by Huck,
good
there you go.
Game. Marine King taking Game 1 here.
For their second game, Huck went with strong pressure that put Marine King behind early on.
On health, but remember there is a second bunker up. It has, it's out of range, however, and Huck is really committing to this.
Yeah, he canceled the Nexus back at home once it was scouted by Marine King, so the mind games are aplenty here in Game 2. And Huck, he should definitely take this,
I think
and we're
so.
going on to Game 3.
However, once the young Terran regained his composure, he went for a pincer attack, sending one force to assault Huck's natural and dropping a second one in his main.
Immediately react, seeing all that there, but they will get taken out before more units have been warped in. Not a whole lot has been lost. If he finds all this tech in the back, that could be bad, but he's going after the Psy-Core, and then he stops for a moment. Are we going to have another case of losing? Wow, he's killing all these units, JP. The Psy-Core is going to fall. Every unit that's been warped in.
Once again left without the necessary amounts of units to defend, Huck GG'd and prepared himself to face Dongrai Gu in the Losers Bracket Finals.
What I was talking about, Huck made his army size too small. They're really devoting it to his economy, and now he's paying in a loss. Good game. Huck is sent to the losers bracket. Marine King finds himself in a grand final.
In their first game of the Loser Bracket Finals, both Huck and DRG opted to go for a slow-paced macro game. When their two forces eventually met, DRG's roaches were too much for Huck to handle, giving Game 1 to the Zerg.
On two fronts, and right now it looks like they're going to be sandwiched. Burrow is done. There is an observer, however.
He does have that burrow moving in case he needs to get under any force fields. And look at this, doing a great job taking out all those Zealots. More Zealots waiting over here, but Roaches will clean that up so easily. Oh, he was trying to make a little force field wall out of pylons there. Very cute move by Huck, but those speed Roaches a little bit too quick to let that happen.
If he gets that cybernetic score, no more Stalkers in this game, or even more importantly, the Robo, no more Immortals, but he will do neither. He goes back and goes straight into those Stalkers.
Huck doing a good job staying away from both sides here, but that is a lot of Roaches, and he is continuing to macro up hugely. A ton of Roaches being sent across the map. DRG's economy is completely out of control right now.
No, he can actually start to abuse Bro now because he's spreading his army out. That observer cannot be everywhere.
Yeah, he has to use Robo build time right now on Immortals, but GG, that is it.
Oh my God.
In Game 2, DRG held off Huck's cannon rush and entered into the second stage of the game with a distinct advantage.
He's cannon rushing. Oh, no way.
So two cannons are on the way, but 4 Zerglings are on the way, and there's 4 drones out here. This is interesting.
I hope this doesn't work. What if this works and it breaks the metagame of StarCraft? No, this can't possibly
work. I don't think so, man.
Huck was then just barely able to hold off several attacks by DRG, but as the seconds ticked off, it became evident that DRG's macro game was slowly gaining the upper hand.
Target either the pylon and or the Nexus, and he may even send more units over here to attack the natural. So Fungal on the Zealots. Zealots are not even moving right now. Fungal again.
Huge moves here without those Zealots adding any damage. There is no way that he is going to be able to take this Tasteless. He is down by 70 supply right now.
The closing moments of their series saw the Zerg Swarm completely overwhelm Huck's defenses, setting up the final series between Marine King and DRG.
Even he doesn't have his hand on the keyboard. Keeps bringing it up to his head. Very upset about it. GG and good luck from Huck to DRG.
Since he came into the finals from the losers bracket, DRG was at a distinct disadvantage. Marine King only needed to win one series to take the tournament, while DRG needed twice that amount to earn first place.
Introducing the players in the upper right. Currently the best Zerg in the world, DRG. Always getting second place. Will they get first this time? We'll see. Marine King Prime.
In the first 2 games, DRG went for Zergling and Bangling composition, and while the move failed in the first game, it earned him a victory the second time around.
Being micro, the Banelings trying to the Marines at GG.
As we see here, there's a lot of Zerglings out. Here we go. That is a lot of Banelings. 22 of them. 74 Zerglings on the map. And here he goes.
Breaks in there.
Oh man, so many Banelings still do remain. The Banelings probably should just go up
going
the
to the
ramp.
main. The Marines, there's just no way to spread this many Marines. And that should very well be GG, as Marine King Prime has been defeated.
When DRG added Mutas into the mix for Game 3, he was able to score another victory and extend their match to a second series.
Green Horde and get the medevacs, that's going to be great, but a great positioning by MKP. And the Zerglings having a hard time getting an actual surround going. Every time these mutas come in, he tries to target them. More Marines coming up as well.
Oh my god, he did that so well.
The Banelings just rolling down. Zerglings coming in for the flank mutas as well. But
Banelings hit the siege tanks. The mutas are not enough.
Uh-oh, and we have more Marines on the way. They're even killing Overlords on their way over. More Banelings coming down. No siege tanks are left. And actually, Marine King has to be careful here, even though that seemed like a good attack. These mutas look like they are enough to clean up everything, and if they kill all those medevacs as well, that is a big deal.
And here we go once again. The army now being wiped out. Meanwhile, back in Marine King's base, the mutas are just destroying everything. That is GG.
Now trailing 2-1, Marine King jumped into action. By applying early pressure with a bunker rush, and then attacking once more with Marines and Marauders, MKP entered the late game with a clear advantage.
Oh, he can intercept. I don't know if these guys are going to make it back home.
He's got to be careful. Marine King has great stutter step micro, and these are slow roaches. DRG's scaring me a little bit, but he wants to go after that army. MKP showing his great micro there, and nice move going back behind that grass.
Stim is halfway done. Concussion Shell will finish at about the same time.
And it looks like his reinforcements are here in the form of Zerglings, and he should be able to take out the rest of this army.
Then in a play that demonstrated his strategic genius, MKP attacked DRG's third base while using a factory to block his opponent's army. With no way of coming back, the Zerg opponent GG'd, tying the series at 2 apiece.
And does he actually have enough damage here to go through that army? It doesn't look like it. That factory.
Sick.
Beautifully done by
that was
Marine
so
King.
badass.
And he's going to kill off this hatchery, no doubt about it.
That was, oh my god, I have nerd chills. I just had a nerdgasm. I can't believe that happened in the finals. That's so cool.
Marine King looks to be in an unbeatable position. 152 supply to 105. DRG's unit composition just not good enough here. And more units coming down. I think we might be seeing a GG in a second.
Marine King rode his momentum from the previous game and quickly took Game 5 with a well-executed bunker rush.
Able to finish, more drones coming down. He realizes that this is a terrible spot. In fact, is it a spot that he can stop? A beautiful block by Marine King here. Oh, is that stop position micro? No, he is actually attacking in, but it looks like he has enough damage with those high DPS Marines that he's doing a lot of damage. And he's got to get all these SCVs if he wants to be able to take down that bunker.
They're repairing each other now.
Beautifully done by Marine King. A greatly executed rush.
Oh
and GG.
my god.
Wow, Marine King.
This victory put him within 1 game of winning the MLG Winter Arena. Game 6 was a closely contested match. After surviving several of DRG's pushes in the middle of the map, Marine King went for another pincer attack.
And take out as many creep as possible.
Supply 161, 148. That's dangerously too close for the Zerg right now.
Yeah, this is a dangerous part right here. He has to be so careful. Those siege tanks are worth so much. He has no corruptors yet, and that Crater Spire is on its way to finishing. And really, that's the only way he's going to get these siege tanks to unsiege.
The Zerg is going around. He wants to try to do a surround and or a
looks like it's going to be, he's coming from behind. He's going to get some siege tanks here. And if he can get siege tanks, those infestors become worth a lot more.
All right, Terran is basically surrounded. Can he handle an attack from all sides?
DRG with a beautiful flank here, and nice fungal growths going down over here.
DRG overcommitted to defending his natural, which left him with too few troops against the Terran's main force at the front of his base. MKP quickly took down DRG's Ultras and was rewarded with the GG from his opponent and the title of Winter Arena Champion.
And Ultras are out. Oh, all the units coming around from the other side. DRG has to be so careful right now.
Nice micro. He needs to pick up, though. He doesn't.
Beautiful fungal growth, and he will clean that up. In the meantime, all the Ultras attacking. Not so sure about that idea.
Yeah, he needed some Zerglings with those.
Yeah, you definitely can't attack with only Ultra. You need other units in there.
He's moving in some Marauders in the mix as well.
Oh my god.
What?
He actually just dropped 4 mules.
Does he think he's won? Has he won?
Well, I mean, his supply is higher, but DRG not giving up yet. Those tanks unsieged, but still mowing through here. DRG,
oh my god.
Units and GG.
This victory earned Marine King $10,000 and a first-place seed for the MLG Winter Championships in Columbus.
First, I'm really happy to win this tournament, a major tournament. DRG has been like my the hardest opponent ever for me because he's beaten me so many times. But I overcome the fears and just won against him. I'm so happy, and I got a feeling that I have to do really well in a championship as well.
At that event, Marine King will battle hundreds of the world's best StarCraft players in front of a live audience of thousands. We hope you enjoyed this special presentation of MLG Weekly. Tune in next time for more coverage from the world of competitive gaming.